Hi, my name is Karen Flores, and I am going to talk about flipped classrooms. To start off, what is a flipped classroom? So basically, teachers are now teaching differently in the classrooms. They are now having students watch lecture videos before coming into class, and once they are in class, they're doing tasks and activities or assignments that are associated with the videos that they watched the day before. In one of the videos that we had to watch, there was a guest lecturer who was talking about his results of a study that he had since he had spent 3 years studying a flipped classroom. The first thing that he talked about was flipped classrooms is a combination of two things. The two things that he's talking about is about online education and active learning. So flipped classroom combines both of these because lecturing is happening before class and allowing time in class to be spent on active learning. His results of the 3 year findings is that in the first 2 years he had faced difficulties such as trying to have some type of association with each video that was being assigned, and also they had technological issues in in his second year findings. But in the third year, he was able to gain some positive feedback about flipped classrooms. Next, I'm going to talk about examples of a flipped classroom. This was both seen in the video of Clintondale High School and in the reading about Stephen and Sheridan. So in both of these, you can see that they express themselves in ways that positively talk about flipped classrooms, seeing that they do seem a positive outcome of having flipped classrooms. For instance, in the Clintondale High School, the principal saw that there was higher GPA rates, a higher graduation rate, and higher test scores that wasn't there before. In one of our readings, they talked about 5 theoretical frameworks that were justifying flipped classrooms. Um, so these 5 theoretical frameworks focus on reasons to not use classroom time to deliver lectures. For instance, one of them was about learning styles, how every student learns in a different way in class. The use of flipped classroom is really good for some students because they are able to watch lecture videos in a pace that they're more comfortable with. They don't have to just try to pretend that they understand what's going on in class. They're able to take their time and pause this video whenever they feel like they need to take a break and understand what they just saw. Also, there is peer assistance going on in class. So now peers are able to help each other trying to understand what they learned the night before or the day before watching these videos. Also, in our reading, there was a research on flipped classroom. So it talked about how there was opinions that tended to be positive and negative towards flipped classrooms. So, for instance, some students preferred in-class lectures than video lectures, but they prefer more interactive class time than in-class lectures. Even though there was a mixed feelings about flipped classroom, there was a performance increase. They saw that students were able to do better in their test scores. My reactions to both videos and lectures is the impact that technology now has. It's crazy how far technology has come, and now technology is being used in classrooms to help students learn in better ways. For instance, in my experience using the UCI Open website, I was able to learn without having to be in the classroom, and I noticed that the students in the videos were able to learn in different ways, being a part of this whole video section. Also, watching Clintondale High School, I enjoyed watching it because I was able to see students who have the same type of situation that I grew up in have better test scores, have better GPA. It also caught my attention now how teachers had trouble trying to adapt, especially teachers who had been teaching for about 25 years. They're not accustomed to integrating technology into their classrooms. So it was interesting to see them not completely feel comfortable with the flipped classroom, but they did see a positive outcome using the flipped classroom. My other reactions is in the difference between in-class lectures versus online lectures. It's crazy how now YouTube, who was well known, like started off as a website where people were able to enjoy videos of music, like music videos or stuff like that, and it's now moved on to having it integrating into the classrooms. Also, I found it interesting about parents' thoughts about flipped classrooms, how they now enjoy it and prefer flipped classrooms instead of online lectures occurring in class. And this concludes my presentation.